men are more attracted to natural beauty?
Men like to think that they're attracted to natural beauty, and you know what? There are tons of naturally beautiful people. You know, y'all are beautiful. But they also love to point out people on social media who have clearly had work done, or heavily filtered, or they have, that natural makeup going on. That's not natural beauty. I don't think they know what that looks like anymore because of social media, and I don't think that's necessarily the fault of anyone in particular, but because then you also have men who, when women embrace their natural features, especially in people of color, they're like, they say nasty, horrible things. And it's like, you can't say in one breath that you love and adore natural beauty, but only on European features, or only on when it suits your taste. That's not how that works. Baby doll, So.
Yeah, I honestly feel like men love natural beauties, real men. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we're actually speaking about what men actually like, I don't think that necessarily like them liking something is something that they actually feeling when they see things that are enhanced. I'm not saying it like in that type of way, but like I started gaining weight. I was very skinny for a while, and like when I actually started gaining weight, people started like giving me BBL allegations and stuff like that. But when it actually came to men actually appreciating your natural beauty is when a man actually take his time and like, okay, like, oh, that's what it is. Because I feel like when it comes to like a big butt and all that other stuff, like if it's not really yours, like it fades away. And I'm just a natural beauty person that feels like everything that's in the inside of me make you like what's on the outside of me, which make a man really appreciate a natural beauty, period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think all the men that I've spoken to in my personal life have said unequivocally, like, yes, I prefer natural beauty. But I think I'd like to add to that a little bit of what you were saying, that I think men are attracted to healthy women. I think there's a biological piece. And so maybe this is a bit of a middle ground, but if someone had surgeries due to like reconstruction or something like that, I think that improves the look of health. Yeah. And I think that men are attracted to, yes, natural beauty and that natural glow that just comes from healthy individuals.
Yeah.
When it comes to like society, I don't really like think much about what men want like society-wise, but you did bring up biology. So I do agree on like the health thing, because as like a species, we're attracted to things that signal for fertility. So like one of the things that I think people don't really, what if I'm wrong? Hold on. I read this a while ago, but like a deep lumbaric curve in the like lower back of your spine, a deep one signals like fertility in like our brains, and then like bigger breasts, that like also signals fertility.
Yeah.
So on a societal level, I don't really think about what they want, but biologically, I get what you're saying. That makes sense. Yeah.
I mostly, my background is in environmental science, so mammalogy, biology, as well as I am a model. One of the things that always like frustrates me to all heaven and hell is men will say they want natural beauty, and they will point to my friends and like look at her, she doesn't need makeup, and I'm like, okay, she gets 4 facials a week and she has had plastic surgery, so that you will never know about. And then I have other friends who are very naturally pretty as well, but they've never had any surgeries, and they're like, well, I don't like her because she looks too fake. And it's, they don't actually know most of the time.
Yeah. So maybe there's an ignorance piece.
There's a very large ignorance piece there. But then on top of that, the health standard doesn't, I've never really bought into that, because there's a lot of men I know that love very thin, very skinny women. I have fallen into that category many times in my life as well. Most of us are not healthy, just by nature. To maintain that kind of body weight and that BMI tends to come with a lot of health complications, and or started with a health complication. For example, I have celiac disease. Sorry, I keep touching my mic. I have celiac disease. I have had several health complications in my life that have caused me to be thinner in my life. And that thinness, especially from my male peers, has always been celebrated as a sign of beauty. That is not a sign of health, but they are attracted to it. And I'm not comfortable with that because I think women should be healthy and I think we should have healthy bodies. And just generally speaking, the idea that men being attracted to natural beauty, all of my experiences have said they just don't know
Could
what
I,
natural is or
could I
not.
add to this? Could we break it down into different age categories of the men that we're talking about? Because maybe older guys might have a different opinion because they grew up during a certain time, so they've been conditioned to think, about, what's beautiful for a woman as opposed to a guy in his 40s. And then you break it down to guys in their 20s. Then you break it down to guys that are teenagers. You might have a different opinion going across of what these different men think beauty is.
Yeah, because I'm 25. I grew up in the Kim K. Kardashian era. So I understand that, like, her influence within that time. Because a lot of times people now, they glorify the 90s, like, oh, everybody was natural beauty, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, no.
But now, like, it's sort of
Never
like,
happened.
well, like the BBL, I know guys are attracted to very obvious roundness in a woman, like you said, like the big boobs, the big hips, the hourglass shape. And I think a lot of women believe that to be the standard. Well, women like put themselves into that, and then guys attract themselves to that. So they equate that to what they believe beauty should be.
I'd agree with that a lot because I feel like a lot of times the societal standards for women and like what beauty is tends to follow other women and men adapt to it.
Exactly.
And one of the things that I've noticed, you talked about age categories. I guess in my experience, men of all age categories tend to do the
That's how I
exact
feel.
same thing.
It depends
And it's
on-
always there are obviously men that have like different tastes and different like specific subjective preferences, but generally speaking, age doesn't really seem, in my experience, hasn't really seemed to have much of an influence on it. But yeah, I definitely agree with like women set the standards for other women, and then men will kind of follow suit from there.
I just think it's, speaking from like a medical standpoint, I think it's very important to remember in terms of health that what people are attracted to is not necessarily what looks healthy, because what looks healthy to you is not what looks healthy to me,
Yep.
especially in a medical sense.
Yep.
So I think that's just a very important distinction to make.
I feel that.
So that's,
I feel
I
that
just wanted
because
to
I can be
make that.
skinny and people think, you look healthy because you're skinny. You know what I'm saying? So
I've
that's
never been
why
healthy in
it's
my
like,
life.
I meant more appearance.
Oh no, I'm saying with her, like when she was saying it about,
Size.
I was directing it to her.
Wait, sorry, one
Got
last
it.
thing. Go for it. I do agree with
She's
that.
feisty.
I was just telling her about how I went through like a really bad bout with grief recently,
Yeah.
and I lost like 25 pounds to grief. And people were like, "Oh my God, you look so good! Like you lost weight." And I'm like, "My blood, like
didn't.
I'm
Something
anemic
right.
now. I'm so low energy. I can't stand up too fast. I'm like I'm miserable."
Yeah.
And you think I like look healthier because I'm thinner now. And I'm like-
Exactly.
and when I went to the doctor, my like blood sugar, everything was like way off versus before that I was like good.
Good,
And suddenly I had so many issues because I lost weight.
I feel it.
Hi, loves. It's me again, Dr. Michelle Daff. We've really been enjoying producing these meaningful conversations on the Dr. Daff Show. However, they are very costly to produce with our large team, equipment, audio, studio, and cast, and everything else that goes on behind the scenes. If you've been enjoying these thought-provoking conversations and want to support what we're doing here, I would love for you to check out my fragrance brand, Fine Forever. Fine Forever is more than just a fragrance brand. It is a celebration of faith, purpose, and beauty. Currently have 3 signature scents, each inspired by a unique Bible scripture, and has with its own story and meaning. First, we have 2911, inspired by the scripture Jeremiah 29:11. It is a delicate yet vibrant fragrance that combines lush florals with soft, sweet undertones. It is a celebration of gratitude and the blessings that unfolds when we walk in faith. Next is Silent Storm, inspired by Psalm 107, 28, and 29. It is a bold, captivating scent that balances strength and serenity. With warm woods and a touch of spice, it is a reminder to find peace and purpose, even in life's storms. And lastly, we have mustard seed, inspired by Matthew 17:20. It is a fresh and uplifting fragrance inspired by faith and growth. It opens with bright citrus and soft florals, symbolizing the beauty of small beginnings and the incredible potential within. Every purchase directly supports this show and helps us to keep bringing you meaningful content. So if you're looking for a signature scent that not only smells amazing, but also carries a message of faith and empowerment, then you can visit findforever.com and shop now. Your support means the world to me, and I truly believe that these fragrances will bless you as much as they've blessed me.